All right, today we're diving into something truly epic. We're talking about a monument, a piece of architecture so imaginative it literally tried to capture a myth in solid stone.
No, seriously, just try to picture it for a second. A massive, colossal chariot just thundering across the sky, pulling the sun. It's this incredible, powerful image, right? But what if someone actually tried to build that?
Well, back in 13th century India, somebody did. And what they created? Wow, it's one of the most breathtaking things ever built. A dream, a vision made real.
So let's get into it. The whole story here starts with this incredible vision, this wild idea that drove the entire project, the desire to build a physical version of a celestial vehicle, the chariot of the sun god.
Welcome, everyone, to the Konark Sun Temple in Odisha, India. This place, it isn't just a temple for the sun god, who's known locally as Baranshi Narayan. No, the entire building is his chariot. It's designed to look like it's frozen in stone, right at that moment of dawn when it's rising out of the sea. I mean, it's just an incredible masterpiece of architecture, designed to make a myth totally real.
So that brings up the big questions, right? Who in the world was behind a project this ambitious? And how on earth did they actually pull it off?
Well, the visionary behind it all was a king, King Narasimhadeva I. His reign was a real high point for the Eastern Ganga dynasty, and this temple, this was meant to be his ultimate legacy. You know, a massive symbol of his power, his devotion, and just incredible artistic skill that would last for centuries.
And believe me, this was not a quick job. We're talking 28 years. For nearly 3 decades, thousands of artisans, thousands of laborers, all working to make this king's wild dream a reality. It was basically a generational project. That's some serious dedication.
And what did they build it with? Well, they used the earth right from the region. The main structure is made from this beautiful red sandstone, but for the really important sculptures and details, they used hard black granite. And that contrast, it looks absolutely stunning. Okay, so how do you take a giant stone building and make it actually look like a convincing celestial chariot? Well, it's all in the details. And this, my friends, is where the architectural genius of this place really shines. First up, you've got 7 of them. 7 massive, powerful stone horses right at the front. And they're not just standing there. They look like they are straining, pulling this whole immense temple through the sky. Each one is just a masterpiece of sculpture, full of motion and raw power. And you can't have a chariot without wheels, right? Well, the temple has 12 pairs of them. That's 24 gigantic wheels in total. And each one is almost 10 feet tall, covered in these unbelievably intricate carvings. But here's the craziest part. They also work as sundials. The spokes cast shadows that let you tell the time with amazing accuracy. I mean, come on, that's just a brilliant mix of art and science. Now, all of this incredible work wasn't just random. It was all done in a very specific style, the Kalinga style of architecture. It comes from this part of India, and it's famous for 2 things: these really tall, distinct towers, and the fact that pretty much every single surface is covered in incredibly detailed carvings. And when I say detailed carvings, I mean it's breathtaking. They show everything: gods, mythical creatures, scenes from everyday life, battles, you name it. And yes, this is also where you find the temple's very famous and very intricate erotic sculptures. Now, these weren't meant to be scandalous at all. They were actually seen as symbols of fertility and the powerful, life-giving energy of the sun. It was all about celebrating the cycle of life. But this is where the story of Konark takes a pretty tragic turn. Because this incredible vision, this grand temple, it didn't survive to the modern day in one piece. If you go to Konark today, what you'll see is a majestic ruin. The main tower, which was supposedly over 200 feet high, is just gone. A huge part of the whole complex has crumbled. And that leaves us with a huge historical mystery. What happened? So, historians basically have 2 main theories. Theory number 1, the design itself was just too ambitious and had major structural flaws. Maybe a bad foundation, or something ancient texts call a vastu dosh, like a fatal flaw in the design. Theory number 2 points the finger at foreign invasions that swept through the region, often targeting and destroying temples. Honestly, we'll probably never know the exact truth. It's kind of lost to time. But here's the thing. Even though it's a ruin, the temple's legacy today is more powerful than ever. And a really key moment in its modern story happened back in 1984. That's the year UNESCO named the Konark Sun Temple a World Heritage Site. And that's not just some fancy label. It was the whole world recognizing that this place has outstanding universal value. It was a way of saying that what's left of this incredible masterpiece doesn't just belong to India, it belongs to all of us. It's part of our shared human story.
So, what's the big takeaway here? Even as a ruin, the Konark Sun Temple is this incredible monument to a truly audacious dream. It just reminds you of what human creativity and devotion can achieve. Yeah, it's an incomplete masterpiece, for sure, but its sheer ambition and its beauty still inspire total awe today. It just goes to show that some visions, they're so powerful they can never, ever truly fade away.